Hello students, in this lecture I will be talking about equivalence relation and partitions. This is for BSc first year and paper 1. So in class 11 and 12 we have studied set, subset and finite infinite set, how to prove equality of two sets, and set operations like union, intersection, difference and all these things. We have also studied the relation in class 11 and 12, but here we will revise the relations. So those who forgot these basics can again revise those things, set and all those things. Now first here I'll give the first definition, that is partition of a set. So partition of a set A is a collection of sets A alpha, where alpha belongs to some index sets. So index sets may be the natural number or maybe some other index sets. And this collection is said to be partition of that set A if union of all these subsets equal to A and intersection of any two subset equal to phi. That is, this is disjoint collection of subset of A whose union is A. So we got the definition of partition of A. This is needed in the later one. So that's how I have given this definition first. Now we'll talk about the relation. So relation is defined in two ways. First is relation between two sets, and second is relation one set. So usually relation is defined between two person or two elements. So the two person maybe belongs to the same set or maybe belongs to the different set. If those two elements belongs to different set, then that relation is between two set. Let's see the definition. So let A and B be two non-empty sets. Then their Cartesian product is defined by set of all AB, the pairs, where first element comes from the A and second element comes from the set B, and this is denoted by A cross B. Now, relation between two sets A and B is any subset of this A cross B is called a relation of between A and B. So if this A as relation is a subset, so and elements of the relation is of the type AB belongs to R. So what do we mean by this AB belongs to R? That is, the element A of A is related to B of B by the relation R. Similarly, this notation AB belongs to R is also written as ARB. This is also saying A is related to B. Now, if the number of element in A is m and number of element in B is n, the number in the A cross B will be mn, because we are taking all these elements from A and all these elements from B. So it will be what that is saying order of A cross B is mn. Also we know that if a group contains n elements, then the number of subgroups is 2 to the power n. So as the number of elements in A cross B is 2 to the power, number of elements in AB is mn, so number of subsets of A cross B is 2 to the power mn. So we know that any subset of A cross B is in a relation. So there are 2 to the power mn number of relation exist between A and B. So two particular relation. Now relation on a set, that is relation, that is here both A and B are the same set. So relation on a set means any subset of A cross E is a relation. So we know that the phi is subset of any set. So phi is a subset of A cross A also, and A cross A is also subset of A cross A itself. So this relation, that is trivial relation, this is called null relation, that is no one is related to each other. And the second one is called universal relation, that is everyone is related to other element. Now come to the definition of equivalence relation. This also we have studied in intermediate. So let A be a non-empty set, and A relation R is said to be reflexive if A comma A belongs to R for all A belongs to A. A का हर एक एलिमेंट के लिए A comma A टाइप का जो एलिमेंट होगा वो A में R में बिलोंग करेगा. Then that R is called reflexive. And the relation is called symmetric, हिंदी में सममित. अगर A B दो एलिमेंट A का है and AB belongs to R implies their opposite, that is BA belongs to R for all AB, then that relation R is called symmetric. And the relation R is called transitive if this type of element, if AB and BC belongs to R, will imply A comma C belongs to R. Transitive. If the relation satisfies all these three conditions, that is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then that relation is called an equivalence relation. Now we will see some example of equivalence relation. So first example is a relation R defined on set of all integers Z. So how that relation is defined? A is related to B if and only A minus B is divisible by 5. So A B will be related when their difference A minus B is divisible by 5. So we will prove that this relation defined by this is an equivalence relation. So mathematically we can write this relation as set of all AB such that AB belongs to Z and A minus B is divisible by 5. So how to prove that relation is an equivalence relation? So first we will prove that transitive, symmetric and reflexive. So first reflexive, that is we need to prove A comma A kind of elements will belong to R. So if A comma A has to belongs to that relation, then we have to satisfy the condition. So A minus A is what? 0. So which is divisible by 5, because 0 is divisible by any number. So A comma A belongs to R for all A belongs to Z, because A is arbitrary, so it is true for only A. So that is R is reflexive. Now we will prove R is symmetric. So to prove symmetric, first we need to assume that AB belongs to R, where AB belongs to R. Since AB belongs to R, so by the definition A minus B is divisible by 5. So A minus B is nothing but minus of B minus A is divisible by 5. So if a number is divisible by 5, then they are negative. is also belongs divisible by 5. So that is b minus a is divisible by 5. That is b is related to a. So we assume that a related to b, and we have proved that b is related to a. So R is symmetric. Now we need to prove that this relation is an equivalence of symmetric. We have proved. So now we will prove transitive. So for transitive, we need to take three elements belongs to the set A, B, C belongs to R, such that A is related to B and B is related to C. See, we have to take this kind of element A, B and B, C. So A is related to B implies A minus B is divisible by 5. B related to C implies B minus C is divisible by 5. So if two numbers are divisible by some numbers, then they are summation, like A minus B plus B minus C, that is also divisible by 5. Hence, what is the sum? That is sum is A minus C is divisible by 5. That is A is related to C. So we have proved R is transitive, symmetric and reflexive. Hence, R is an equivalence relation. So similarly, we can prove the similar problem. There is nothing special about this pi. If instead of 5, we can give any m, any positive integer m. So here is the relation. So let m be a positive integer. A relation R defined on Z by A R B if and only if A minus B is divisible by 5. So instead of 5, we are taking here m. So proceeding as the last example, we can prove that this relation is also an equivalence relation. Nothing we have to do, we have to just put m instead of 5, and this is an equivalence relation. This has an special name. This relation is called relation of congruence modulo m. So the first example will be relation of congruence modulo 5. Now this is congruence modulo m. Okay, that's fine. Now we will see another example. So this is defined in set of natural number, Prakritik Sankhya ka set. So how that is defined? Set of AB belongs to n cross n such that A divides B. That is, A divides B means A is a divisor of B. यानी B को A से डिवाइड किया जा सकता है. Then examine if R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. This will not be symmetric, but it will be reflexive and transitive. How? Let A belongs to n, then A is divisible by A. So that is, we can divide A by A. So A is related to A, so R is reflexive. Now, if A is related to B, that is, A is a divisor of B, does not imply B is a divisor of A. Because, here is the example. 2, 4 belongs to R, because 4 can be divided by 2. But if we change it, 4, 2, so 2 cannot be divided by 4. So this is not symmetric. But it is transitive. How do we prove that this is transitive? Let A is related to B. This is, in other words, AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R. That is, A is divisor of B and B is divisor of C. That is, we can write B is A into some K1. And that is, this is big, C1. So C is B into K2 for some K1, K2 belongs to natural number. So C, so here we put the value of B, what is A, that is A K1. So C equal to A K1 into K2 equal to, we can write A into K1, K2. So K1, K2 is also an integer, not integer, this is natural number. See, K1, K2 belongs to n. So K1, K2, their product also belongs to n. So C So A is divisor of C, that is A is related to C. So these are defined by the above definition is transitive but not symmetric. Now, if we will take another example, a relation R defined on Z by A row A related to B if AB greater than 0. Yani, if their product is greater than 0, then they are, we will say that those are related. Then prove that this is not reflexive but symmetric and transitive. ये रिफ्लेक्सिव नहीं होगा, क्यों? क्योंकि for all A should belongs to R. So if we take A is 0, then 0 into 0 is equal to 0, which is not greater than 0. That is 0 comma 0 does not belong to this relation. So R is not reflexive. But we can prove that symmetric and transitive, because if A is related to B, that is AB greater than 0, then BA is also greater than 0, that is symmetric. So if AB and BC greater than 0, then their product, because the product of two non-zero numbers is non-zero, greater than 0, that is AB into BC greater than 0, that is AC into B square greater than 0. So B square is always greater than 0, so we can divide it by both sides. So AC greater than 0, then AC greater than 0, that means A is related to C. So here we have taken a finite set A equal to containing 3 elements. So if you have to give some example, like you have to give some example that is reflexive but not symmetric, this kind of example can be given from this set. This is easy, because see, we have taken here 3, the R1, R2, R3. Here 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So this is obviously reflexive, because for all the elements in A type elements are there. So this is reflexive. This is symmetric also, because there, if AB, then BA is the same. 1 1 का उल्टा क्या होगा? 1 1. So that is also belongs to this is also symmetric and transitive also, because if we give AB BC kind of element, then only we have to talk about AC. But here there is no element of AB BC kind of thing, so this is trivially symmetric. Here see 1 1 only is there, 2 2 3 3 is not present, so this is not reflexive, but it is symmetric, because see 1 1 का reverse 1 1 ही होता है, 2 1 का reverse 1 2 that is present, 2 2 भी present. but इसका transitive होगा कि नहीं? yes होगा, क्योंकि देखो these two elements 2 1 and 1 2 belongs to there, so 2 2 belongs to there. Oh, but this is not reflexive. Oh no, symmetric, because 2 2 belongs to there, 2 1 belongs to there, so 2 1 also belongs to there, so this is transitive also. But here it is not reflexive, this is not symmetric, because 1 2 का उल्टा 2 1 नहीं है, और but reflexive हो जाएगा, because here 1 2 and 2 3 is there, 1 3 is there, so it is reflexive. So we can give several examples, like by combining these elements. So if you are asked to give some example with some property satisfied, some not, then this is the best example to take the set 1 to 3 and takes relation on that satisfying those things. So you can construct your own example form. So in this lecture I stop here, and in the next part we will talk about the class of an equivalence relation and the partition and the fundamental theorem of equivalence class. Thank you.